Hola, ¿cómo estás? How are you? What's happening, everybody? Welcome to Alphavets.
Yes. I
Hi, Chris.
am Job.
I am Job.
I am Job. What's up, man? It is Thursday.
It is Thursday.
Yeah. Yeah. Good stuff.
Hi.
Hello, chat. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Yes.
How are we? We good?
Man.
Soft tone. Soft tone.
Yes. Yes. I'm lots going on. Lots to be excited about. Lots to be excited about. I think anyway. Some good announcements this week. Still waiting on some more D class, but something tells me we're gonna get it in then some. I don't know. I don't know when.
I mean, it's definitely going to continue.
Mm-hmm,
Why wouldn't it?
mm-hmm.
What do you mean? It's all of it's
Why?
all of it's
I
coming.
know.
You know?
I know. Yeah. And then Trump says he keeps saying stuff, man, like federalizing Washington, D.C. And of course, anytime he brings up the National Guard, we're like, oh, what?
Yeah, I wanted to talk to you about that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll talk about it. There's lots of just little things, man. Like everything's starting to line up, you know. And then, like I told you, reading that little 34-page PowerPoint that the debt clock put out, some good little nuggets in there too. Like when you think about is what they've done to us, it makes you, the more you stew on it, the angrier you get when you realize like everything we thought was real, it's just so fake, man. And it all boils down to the money. And if they can put us into a trance, which they did a long time ago, we all become a bunch of slaves, man. Serfs. That's all we are. A bunch of serfs working our tails off to the bone while a small group of criminals reap all the benefits of our labor. And then they have the audacity to just steal from us on a daily basis. On a daily basis. Makes you mad.
Daily basis.
On a daily basis. We're just getting theft. And what's the one time Jesus flipped tables?
And turned into a marketplace.
Because of the money changers in the temple marketplace where they were stealing from people, man. Den of thieves. You brood of vipers. Ah. But our best days are ahead.
Dan age 27. It was a huge day for XRP.
Yeah. Yeah.
That lawsuit is, that 5-year legal battle is coming to an end.
Isn't it amazing that it's just the whole timing of everything? It's like, you know what I mean? Like, was this all a ruse the whole time just to hold it back until the right moment?
I feel like that on a lot of stuff. I feel like everything is timing, man.
Yeah. I mean, you had the pause. Joe Biden didn't know he's alive. You know, the whole auto pin. You got all this. You got this lawsuit. And now just they're like, you know what? We're done. We're done. You good? You good? All right. Let's just call it good then. After all this time. Yeah. You good? You know what? I'm tired. I'm tired. Can we just say bygones be bygones? I'm tired. You know, we've been fighting this thing for 5 years. Like, yeah, you good. I'm good. It's insane. But
yeah,
I'm here for it.
Trump signed something about crypto being in your retirements.
Bro, where was that? Where was that a year ago? That would have been nice. That would have been nice. I mean, luckily I was able to get out and get mine where I wanted it anyway, but that would have been nice to be able to slide a little bit to the side into some XRP, you know? But no.
For real.
It's okay. I like silver too. I love
silver's doing great.
I love it.
Everybody, your kilo gold bars have tariffs on them now. So bummer.
Good. So this for the show. I was like, I don't own any of those, but kudos to anybody that does have enough money to have a kilo of gold laying around. You know what I'm saying? Like, good for you. Good for you.
For real though.
I
Yeah, there's a few things
when I got my first ounce of gold. I was like, yo, I'm a baller, son.
I'm a baller. Look, Ma, I made it. First cops nowadays.
Look, Ma, I made it.
I'm on TV, son.
Yeah. What?
Bodie, you have several in shoeboxes? Where you live?
I know, right? What?
I use a kilo of gold as a pillow. That's gotta hurt.
Oh.
That's uncomfy. Jeepers.
You bet. Hey, AC, you got to save that. You might need that money to pay for camping. Your $25,000 fine up there in Nova Scotia. Well, can't have anybody walking it in the woods.
I seen a meme of that. I seen a meme of that it was like a meme of a Nazi, and it's like, so I heard you're going through a walk in the park.
Yeah, I heard you're going for a walk in the woods. You're going because it was Christoph Waltz from
yeah.
What movie was that?
Was that Inglourious Bastards?
Inglourious Bastards. He's like, you're hiding Jews, aren't you? And then so he just took the me. He's like, you're going for a walk in the woods, aren't you?
Canada, come on, man.
I know. Like, that is insane, man. Again,
I feel
keep
like
up Canada's
your shields,
going
Canada. Through everything we went through during COVID.
They went through it too, though.
I know. I'm just saying,
like they're just getting it compounded even worse.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. It is insane.
Goodness gracious.
Can't even go for a walk in the woods.
Just need to buy it. Everything can be bought for a price.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Yeah. I have no doubt, AC, that it's nuts there. I have no doubt. I mean, I know you guys aren't getting 25,000. I know you guys are getting 25,000, or they're mentioning it. But I mean, Tim Waltz here just signed that you can have abortions up to birth.
Demonic. I expect nothing less.
Just psychopath.
Good dude's a fruitcake. An evil, demonic fruitcake. Abortions up till birth, man. That's crazy. I mean, you guys already. I mean, is abortion illegal? Legal in Somalia? I mean, your state flag is basically Somalia.
I don't even know what to say.
That you can't move soon enough. I know you're ready to move. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. When God's ready for it to happen.
Right. No, I've talked about this with people, and I still have never settled back in. I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm still living out of boxes.
You're a nomad.
I'm a vagabond.
Yeah.
I'm just staying ready. When he says go, I go.
That's right. Sooner or later, man. Again, in his time, it's all gonna happen. We're all gonna look back one day and be like, "Dang, remember that time?" I'm like, yeah, man, it was crazy.
For real, though.
Times were crazy. Remember that time they were trying to get people to get vaccinated for free lap dances? Man, that's crazy times, man. It's crazy times. Woo! Getting people to get vaccinated for free donuts and French fries.
I don't want to move to Florida.
Who said Florida? Man, I love Florida, but I don't want to live I do want to live on the beach. I told you I want to live on the Carolina coast, man. I mean, although I do like some things. Huh?
North Carolina is so beautiful compared to Florida.
Yeah, Iz fell in love when he came down here for the tour, and we were driving through the country. He's like, "Oh, this is it. It's beautiful." The big
It is.
whispering pine, the big pine trees
Yeah,
everywhere.
dude.
It is.
I'll take the pine over palm trees, dude, for sure.
Yeah.
All day.
But Florida is nice. I mean, I would love to visit. You know, I got friends down there. My daughter's
Yeah, we can
down
visit.
there.
But also at the same time,
there.
I feel very set apart. And I feel like God is gonna, we got, we've had this vision for so long, and it's like implanted. Like we have things set up, lined up of what we're gonna do. And yeah, I don't know. Whatever he decides, obviously I'm gonna continue to let him direct. But it definitely will be the East Coast, I can tell you that.
Oh, for sure.
And I don't necessarily think the place where we choose is like a problem. I'm not really sure that's what he cares about, because there's going to be so much traveling happening that it really isn't going to matter. But I feel like everybody I know moved to Florida. I just don't want to be like everybody else. And I like North Carolina.
True. And North Carolina, I'm telling you right now, like, who was it? When we had Captain K on, when we had Seth Keshel.
Yeah.
And remember, he said what you saw happen in Florida, where Florida went from this deep blue down, and now it's a red stronghold. It's a conservative stronghold now. He said that you're seeing that it's going to happen here in North Carolina too. And again, if you guys don't know, here in North Carolina, our lame duck, he's already a lame duck governor. That's what's so great about it. He's a lame duck governor. He lost. He vetoed a bunch of bills. He vetoed a bill which would have required our local sheriffs in the state to cooperate with ICE. He vetoed that. It got overridden. He vetoed, I think 8 bills that he vetoed. All of them got overridden. And the crazy part, ladies and gentlemen, is that it took bipartisan support. So there were actually a couple of Democrats in this state who have been vocal about, I'm not, you know what? Some of these people in my party are crazy. I'm not voting with them. And they voted with the Republicans in this state in order to override the governor's veto on a bunch of bills. So it's already starting here. And it just got me thinking, because Captain K said that that's exactly what would happen here in North Carolina, what happened in Florida. And that's why I'm like, I'm not one of these. I don't think we should always be this. I want to run from I want to fight. I guarantee there's a lot of people in California right now that know that state is red. It's highly corrupt because criminals have been able to infiltrate, that want their state back too. Like, we can't just run all the time. Sometimes you got to dig in your heels and you got to fight for what you believe in and be vocal about it.
No, I'm with you. I mean, Minnesota is pretty red.
Yeah.
Like, you guys, it's pretty much everywhere that most of the states are red, and then these hive minds that are blue. And unfortunately, in a lot of these different states, like Minnesota, they are ran by gay Tim Walz and I even know what to class Ilhan Omar and all these. I was trying to think of something. But Minneapolis, dude, there's businesses within Minneapolis, and people in Minneapolis are starting to understand this too. And I'm talking like the liberals, because a lot of these businesses in Minneapolis are shutting down now because the habits between Americans and Somalians are quite different. So a lot of these businesses that Americans would, indulge in, Somalians aren't. So businesses are shutting down. And so they're slowly turning Minneapolis into a third world city. I mean, it's pretty trash to begin with, but most cities are. I mean, just like Charlotte. Would you want to go live in Charlotte?
Negative. Ghost Rider. The pattern is full. I do not like Mecklenburg. Outside of Charlotte, not too bad. Like you've been, it's nice around Concord and stuff. But in Charlotte, no, I don't like going to Charlotte at all. Do not like it. I stay away from it for a reason.
Well, yeah, I mean, I personally am not necessarily wanting to run away. I personally, I just want to be on the East Coast.
Right. Yeah, you're not running. It's just no. North Carolina's where it's at. I mean,
Minnesota will always be home.
Yeah.
But
it's like West Virginia will always be home for me. But
right.
now I live in North Carolina. So booyah.
Right. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Well,
you want to hit us up with a is prayer, and then let's get the show on the road.
Sure.
Thanks, bro. All right.
Heavenly Father, we come before you in the name of Jesus. We just thank you. We praise you, and we just enter into your gates and just give you the glory for everything that you're doing, all the good stuff that is happening in this nation, throughout our lives, throughout this community. We just thank you that you allow this community to flourish and just helping one another. We don't need anything big or flashy, or in fact, I think me and Chris can both agree that we don't even really want to be popular. We want to be the spiritual assassins that can, do good things and give you all the glory for it. So we know that all the good stuff that's gone through Alphavets has been because of you, and we just thank you for that. And we thank you for the opportunity each and every day to just at least reach one person or help one person, and just the community itself, they help each other. And we just thank you for that you've shown your kindness. And it's the little things that may not seem so big, but they can be very impactful in each and every person's life. And we just thank you for that. And we just thank you for everything you're doing throughout this nation as you continue to make America great again. And we just give you all the glory for that we know it is your plan. It is your brilliant plan, that it could only have been given by you. And as much as a lot of the stuff we may not understand, we know that the game behind the scenes, the chess game, is on a different board, and it is a level that a room that we were not invited to, is beyond our pay grade. And we know we have full trust in you that you are going to bring this nation into something glorious, something so beautiful. And we just thank you for that. We just thank you for that because we can see the future. We can see it, and we draw hope from that. So we thank you for that. We just thank you for tonight, and we plead the blood of Jesus over everyone here tonight and over their upcoming weekend. And we just we thank you for that. So we thank you for tonight again, once again. And in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Man, I love that, dude. That was good. That hit the spot, son.
Woohoo!
Yeah. Humble beginnings, man. That's there's no flashy. I don't. You are correct. I don't wish to be popular.
No. I really don't care.
Definitely not. No.
I don't care.
Definitely not. But you're right, though. It is his glorious plan, man. And you can, throughout all this chaos, like we said on Tuesday, man, increase your faith. Don't be a panicking. Don't freak out over every little thing. Just let God do his thing. Like, he's brought us this far. Surely, if it's not for no reason at all, that we've been through all the things we've been through, and that we didn't think we would make it through. And yet all of us are still here. We're still alive. Increase your faith, man.
And never call me Shirley.
Yeah, never call me Shirley. Oh, man.
What are you implying with the red hat? Are you one of those convert megas? It's actually funny. So if you look very closely, this is the most subtle mega hat you'll ever find.
Oh, does that say MAGA on it?
It says MAGA right there.
Nice. There it is.
It's pretty subtle.
It is.
Can't really tell.
Yeah. So big announcement today from POTUS. one I've been waiting for, and he's hinted at doing, but he directed the Secretary of Commerce. Was it Commerce?
Mm-hmm. I think so. I think
To
you're talking about.
yeah, to redo the census and only count American legal people who are here legally. Now, remember, was it back in 2020 when the census was rolling out? And remember, Trump in 2019 was like, we're going to put a citizenship question on the census that comes out in 2020. Remember who fought him? The Democrats. The Democrats fought him. They fought to have that question removed. And I remember there were a lot of us, you know, anons that were like, well, we were thinking that that was going to be the one that would, you know, safeguard future elections. But now it all makes sense, because for years we said they're going to open the border. Trump told you they were going to open. He's like, if we don't win this election, they're going to open the border. They're going to flood your country with people, blah, blah, blah. And then they stole 2020. The census went out. California, all these blue states gained seats they shouldn't have gained because they counted voters. They shouldn't have been counted. They had people on their voter rolls. And now, like what did we say on Tuesday? If all these things are going to start rolling out, it has to be before the midterms, right?
Right.
It has to be. It would make sense that all this stuff would take place before the midterms. And now you're starting to see it roll out. And I'm sure they're going to scream. They're going to cry. They're going to throw a temper tantrum, but they can't stop it. See, in 2020, the Democrats had majority in the House. They were able to stop it. They can't stop it now. They don't have the majority in the House. They don't have it in the Senate.
Man, they don't have anything.
They don't have anything. Okay. Now, mind you, there's still some rhinos in there. You got to watch. You got to watch closely. But I think this is already a done deal. Again, I think a lot of what you're seeing roll out now, it's all been pre-planned, ladies and gentlemen. During the pause, all this was going out. The fact that we have a grand jury of the Russia hoax and all this rolling out, all this was ready to go. Day one. I firmly believe it.
I believe it too.
All this
just like the Doge stuff, all that stuff was just
all that.
USA, all the stuff is just like they're finding it daily. It's like, okay,
yes.
Okay, sure. Super fast.
We technically we've been in the D-class stage since Trump was sworn in January. Yeah. All this has been rolling out. Now the American people, more and more people realize their money is fake. All this money's being wasted, blah, blah, blah. We've been in D-class for a long time. So now it makes sense while Trump's telling Texas and he's like, you know what? They're going to do it anyway. So just do what we got to do, because in the end, it doesn't matter how much they gerrymander in these blue states. I loved seeing the governor of Massachusetts. She comes out and is like, well, we have no choice because Texas is doing what they're doing. We have no choice but to redraw our maps, which is hilarious because Massachusetts does not have one single Republican representative already. So what are they going to do? Nothing. So Trump rolls this out. I don't know where Iz went, ladies and gentlemen. I think he's like, I'll shut this guy up one way or the other. So now you got the whole census thing rolling out, and it's starting to make sense why Trump was like, they're going to do it anyway. But what good is redistricting going to do in these blue states if you take away all of their illegal voters and they lose seats anyway?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'm sorry. My sister walked in and was asking me a question.
Oh.
My bad. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I kind of blacked out there for like 45 seconds. So
it's okay.
She's trying to move my truck, and I was like,
not my baby. Not my baby. Don't touch my baby.
I guess. Yeah. I guess. Sorry. My bad.
But you know, it makes sense now why the whole thing. And what's crazy is, like we talked about before, is how many people knew how bad a lot of these blue states had already been gerrymandered. Like, you know, you look at Illinois, you look at Massachusetts, you look at Connecticut, you look at California. That's why I laugh when Newsom's like, we're going to fight fire with fire. You've been doing it already. What are you talking about? They've been doing this for years. That's how they gain control. Illegal voters, flood their states with illegal immigrants, count them on the census, gain seats in the House with their illegal voters, and then all they don't even need these people to show up and vote. They just need them on the voter rolls so they can tab a fake ballot to the name, period. The game has been rigged. How many times has Trump said the system is rigged? It's corrupt. And now Americans are getting a crash course on all of it in real time. And in the process, we get to continue watching these people, right? Q said, you're witnessing the death of the D party.
Yes, you are.
And the more they kick and scream, the more they send Jasmine Crockett up there to be their mouthpiece, the more their approval ratings tank, the media approval ratings tank. And like we said Tuesday, you gotta love it, man. We get to sit back and watch them literally walk themselves off a cliff.
They've been doing it for a while. You want to see? You want to see what it looks like right before you fall off a cliff? Oh my gosh, this cracked me up. What a mess. Yeah, this is this is too good. Sorry. Here we go.
Some gender affirming care here in California.
Well, that is something that I'm working for at the national level, and we have, how can I say, are hoping that we can have gender affirming care for our trans kids, and that it's a sad thing for us. I'm not totally. I don't know what effect we can have nationally with what we have going on in the White House and in the Congress. It's really very sad. If you were there, outside our door, we have a trans flag. Outside of our door in the office, congressional office building, we have the trans flag, as do some of our other colleagues. But that view is not necessarily shared by people on the other side of the aisle.
So she doesn't look like she's been sleeping.
No. Maybe on some liquor bottles. I mean,
holy buckets, man.
Yeah.
Like that's when, like, that's the epitome of the Democratic Party right there.
That really is.
It's a mascot right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you see Frank Lutz on CNN today?
No.
You know, look at this. You want to see what winning looks like is when CNN has to admit. Again, these people are cooked, man. Cooked. Look at this.
If you vote for Donald Trump, this is exactly, almost to the letter, what you wanted. You didn't mind about the anger. You didn't mind the conflict between the Republicans and the Democrats. What you wanted was to make a border safe and secure, which they've done. What you wanted were tax cuts, which he's done. What you wanted was cuts to spending, which he's done. Element after element, he delivered exactly what he said he was going to do. And that's why his own voters believe that this has been an incredibly successful presidency.
Yes, winning.
Yeah, I mean,
winning.
And what he said.
Right. How dare a politician actually do what they say they're going to do? That's why they hate the man, because he actually does what he says he's going to do. It's not coach speak. I mean, time after time, our entire lives, we've seen. I mean, Joe Biden literally, when he was campaigning, he was like, "We're gonna cure cancer." We're going to cure. And even his own people were like, no, don't say that. No, don't say that. Don't say that. We're going to cure cancer.
I had a guy at work today ask me, he's like, so So I smashed my finger today because I got distracted. I'm sitting here like in the middle of building something. And he's like, so what do you think about Epstein and the Trump stuff? And I was like, oh, what? He's like, well, what do you think about like them saying like, you know, Trump is part of the Epstein stuff? I'm like, he's like, why do you think he's doing it? I was like, because he's playing, you know, he's psychologically using warfare on these people. Because everything he says, they do the opposite. So he says one thing and he gets them to demand the thing that he wants. He's like, yeah, but like, what do you think? Like, you know, Trump being, you know, part of like the Epstein sex trafficking. I'm like, do you really believe that? Like, do you have the hard evidence of it? And I was like, do you look at the Russian hoax stuff, right? Like, we can see through evidence that it was a hoax, right? But what did they do in the beginning? They came after Trump and said all these lies about him. And then it came out that it was them doing it. So I'm like, now you have to sit here and watch, and you can't take the media and what they say. Because, like, some people still believe it, man. Like, some people are still believing that, like the narratives that are pushed. And I was just kind of, like, taken back for a second because he didn't say he necessarily believed it, but he's just, like, you know, questioning it. And we should question everything. I was like, if it came out with irrefutable evidence that Donald Trump was a part of this, then let God's justice be served.
Right. Absolutely. Again, to me, that's the whole deal, right? The media will have no choice but to say what I want to say. Who's to say they're not saying it right now? Because the same people, how many people is when you even tried to have the conversation of Jeffrey Epstein didn't want to hear it at all? Didn't want to believe that there's this island that all these people go to and do unspeakable things to children, and that these people are trafficking children. How many people even knew who Jeffrey Epstein? We did before he was even arrested and became a household name. A lot of people didn't even know who he was then. So maybe this is all part of it. Like you said, by Trump doing this, again, he actually has people questioning it. Whether they question whether he's on it or not, the conversation is being generated.
Yes. And
again, how many times has Trump got the media into a frenzy only to rug pull all of these people at the end and come out again like water going off a duck's back, man. Nothing happens to the guy.
Nothing. That's you know, that's what I said to him. Like, look at all the stuff they've thrown at him.
Yeah.
What has turned out to be true? Nothing. Everything they've thrown him, nothing. I said, this too shall pass. But I was so like, distracted by explaining to him while I'm like building. I freaking smashed my finger. I was like, dang it, Tim.
Did you?
Nope.
Did you say no? Nice.
No.
Solid.
No.
Solid.
No.
That's awesome, man. Good for you.
So there is a video I wanted to show you guys. And you know, I gotta. Did you see it from Blue Eyes? I thought it was pretty good. It's just very motivating. I'm going to show this to you. I'm going to show you who she is though first, because you know she makes good content. I mean, this is the first video I've seen of her, but so Blue Eyes here. I'm just going to shout out her handle. She says she's a Badlands media co-host,
right on.
Video editor and songwriter, at Blue Eyes or at Blue_Eyes_88_. But I thought this video was pretty cool. Yeah,
Get it? That was dope.
it's pretty good. It's pretty good. That was pretty sweet. It kind of motivated me. I was like, man, I kind of want to make a video. You know? But yeah, Blue Eyes, she got a Rumble channel too. She does a lot of video editing, so I thought that was pretty cool. Shout out to her. But with that being said, I wanted to. We talked about it in the beginning that Trump is now, he's mentioned it before, but he's now talking about taking over DC and
Yes,
with the National Guard, and it is kind of feels like it's really building up. I'll play this clip by Trump.
That had anything to do with it, but we've had very productive talks today. Yes, ma'am.
President Trump, on federalizing DC, are you considering taking over the DC police? Is that an option on the table?
We're considering it, yeah, because the crime is ridiculous. I could show you a chart comparing DC to other locations, and you're not going to want to see what it looks like. It was just up on television, actually. They were showing it. Now, we want to have a great, safe capital, and we're going to have it. And that includes cleanliness and it includes other things. We have a capital that's very unsafe. We just almost lost a young man, beautiful, handsome guy that got the hell knocked out of him the night before last. And I'm going to call him now. We wanted to give him a little recovery time. We just put a call into him. They're calling back in a little while, but he went through a bad situation, to put it mildly, and there's too much of it. We're gonna do something about it. So whether you call it federalized or what, and that also includes the graffiti that you see, the papers all over the place, the roads that are in bad shape, the medians that are falling down, the median in between roads that's falling down. We're going to beautify the city. We're going to make it beautiful. And what a shame. The rate of crime, the rate of muggings, killings, and everything else, we're not going to let it. And that includes bringing in the National Guard, maybe very quickly, too.
And do you want Congress to look at overturning the DC?
think about this. So everything that's been done to this point is kind of like normalizing things to the public, right? You got to drip it out. You got to drip it out so they can consume it. Just like, I mean, when have you ever seen a president posting memes calling the 44th president a traitor? guilty of treason. You know, he's showing pictures of Obama guilty of treason. Obama committed treason. These people committed treason. You had the riot situation in LA where he had to call in the National Guard to protect a federal building, right? And then right after he does that, they go, you know what? We're going to investigate who's funding all these riots. And next thing you know, the riots stop. Because we all know who has been funding them. You know, George Soros, his foundations. So you call in the National Guard to these cities, right? Just to see. And look, most of the American people are like, yeah, that's what should be done. Shouldn't allow these people to continue to do this stuff. So it's almost like a primer for the big reveal, because when he does it in Washington, D.C. Now imagine you're a world leader and you're coming to visit. We've had this discussion, is you're a world leader coming from somewhere. Like, I guarantee if you went to Moscow, all these other cities, I guarantee they're not crime-ridden, you know, disgusting. You know, how many times you heard Trump say, you know, you go to these other countries and they got these palaces, they got all this nice stuff. And he goes, you come here, you know, White House hasn't been, nothing's been added to it. Now we got these flagpoles, you got a ballroom being built. But if you're bringing, if you're the leader of the free
under
world,
his own expense,
right, under his own, he's paying for it. But you bring a world leader to DC and they see graffiti and crime and trash everywhere. What does that say about your country as a whole? What would be your first, if you're a world leader, what would be your first, like, you know, impression of America if your capital city is disgusting?
Bro, it's the same concept as being in the military. This is one of the biggest things about uniformity in the military.
Yes.
And this is why we would examine each other's uniforms. Like, say we're in our dress blues or our dress alphas. We examine each and every one, not just your own, but you have other people look at yours. You look at other people's to see if anybody missed anything. Why? Because one small thing represents your whole company.
Yes.
So if a higher official sees that, they're going to link that to your company. And so you represent everybody. It's the same concept. Trump represents the United States. Washington, the White House represents the powerhouse of the United States. So I say we make it great again and take it over. Keep doing what they're doing. And full send, dude.
But it's funny that he brings that up now. And that's why, you know, if you look at the title of the show, Comfy's previews are over. And that's because of this drop, this Delta that's going to hit Saturday. Now, if you look at this Delta for August 9th, 2018, what does it say? This Q drop 1827 says Comfy previews are over, showtime. And it's got this. Right? I'm just saying the timing,
but we can feel it, right? And what if we talked about, like, not even just feeling it, like, I'm not talking about an emotional feeling. I'm talking about something in the spirit. You can feel it in the something in the spirit. You can feel how the temperature gauge has shifted, how the shifts have been taking place. But not only that, the tumultuous moments. We've seen, like Chris said in the beginning, D-class started from when Trump came into office. But how is it? It's escalated more and more and more and more. And now we're hitting August. We're just over halfway through summer. And I think the rest of August into September is going to be a lot of revealing. Not only that, they subpoenaed pretty much everybody.
Oh, they did. You don't think it's a coincidence that Bill and Hillary are testifying in October and the very first Q drop is October, talking about Hillary Clinton being detained? Like, come on, man. Send it. Send it. And somebody said, Mr. Hayes, that is a good point, because who was the last president to federalize Washington, D.C.? Oh, that would have been Donald Trump. After the
one that
January 6th.
all 50 states.
Yep. and deputized over 2,000 National Guardsmen, deputized them.
Right.
Yeah. Everybody forgets that. So many people gloss over that. Like, you understand, in order for them to be called in for the inauguration, that means that 45 had to be the one to federalize the National Guard from all 50 states. Like, the guy who they claim tried to commit an insurrection turns around and secures DC with the National Guard. Make it make sense. If you're a liberal, they can't.
Right.
They can't.
And so, Chris, I have another question. With the, Trump just said that we are going to take over DC, federalize it. Again, even if this is just the show playing out, right?
Right.
That there's also been talk. Stephen Miller said they were looking at it. Kristi Noem said they were looking at it. There was nothing official, but about suspending the writ of habeas corpus.
Oh, he's floated that so many times. I think it's already been done. If I'm being honest, I think that's already been done in the background.
And
well,
what did you say? You said certain laws have been pre-lifted, right?
Right. Certain laws have been pre-lifted.
But it says in Article 1, Section 9, the privilege of the writ of habeas corpus shall not be suspended unless, when in cases of rebellion or invasion, the public safety may require it. Now, I understand that they're talking about this around the narrative of immigration. That's great, cool. But at the same time, this can be implemented in a bunch of different stuff. But what does it say there? The section, when public safety may require it. If you go to the main post of Post 34 by Q, the one we've talked about for years, that everyone's talked about for years, that's the big cojones. It says, rest assured, the safety and well-being of every man and woman of child of this country is being exhausted in full. So if the safety is being exhausted in full, what would require that from a law standpoint? The suspension of habeas corpus. Just saying. And so now with this and the federalization of the DC takeover, you see the DC or the guard on standby. I see the pictures. I don't know. I can't verify if any of it's accurate from any time. I know Tennessee just announced that they're sending in the National Guard to assist with immigration. And I think Texas has floated it. But at the same time, I think it's really going to start to build up, but they had to ease people into it. How is the pill easily swallowed? How do you? That's part of it too. The safety and well-being of every man and woman, right? Is to ease people into it, not to give a shock moment to where people are like, "Oh my gosh, what's happening?" No. That was kind of the whole point, or not the whole point, but a big part of the point of the pause. You've seen them intentionally trying to destroy the nation over a 4-year period, right? Not saying that like anything, maybe it was fake Joe. I mean, it definitely wasn't the real Joe, but all these bad actors and all this stuff that were pushing this along. I'm just saying, it's with that 4-year period, it's been an ease into it. And now, again, like Chris said in the beginning, the D class has started since January and it is escalated. And here we are in the month of August, and there's a grand conspiracy case that is going to the grand jury, all these things. You got people being subpoenaed, and it's all lining up with the Q drops. It's all lining up with what 17 talked about for years to a T, okay? If you've never understood Q or just, discredited Q and just went with the narratives that the media and all the naysayers were talking about, it's because you never were invested into understanding what Q was, and you never understood what the drops were. But people that obviously did and do understand that Q was 100% accurate in everything. Now, maybe not every post, because some stuff is disinformation. Even Q told you that disinformation is necessary. Why? Because we weren't the only ones looking at the boards. The deep state was too, and they could do nothing about it. They eased everybody into this over. What's that post? I think it's a July post. It says from 2018. It said note the next 6 years. Right?
Yep.
Was it July 2018 post? Right?
Yes.
I can't remember I can't quote that post, but it was definitely a process is what I'm saying. They were showing you a process, even though in the time when that first dropped, it's not necessarily what anybody wanted to hear is, the next 6 years or something like that. But here we are.
2019. It was 2019. That's right. It said
Okay.
note the last 2 years.
2017. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yep. And then it says note then the next 4, which would take us to 2020.
Was it next 6? Next 6.
Next 6. I'm sorry. Sam.
Yeah.
Math is hard.
It's okay.
It's really hard. But now think about this. You got all this, and we've talked about this before. Is think about all the stuff we heard, because somebody mentioned in the chat that Mike Johnson said he was a wartime speaker. So if you have this pause, right? You have the pause. You hear rhetoric like Trump in 2020. I'm a wartime president. We were at war. The war started the minute they tried the Russia hoax. Do you understand that, right? The minute the Russia hoax started, that's when the war really started. The war between the cabal and this republic, the sitting president of the United States. That's when the war started, when they tried to commit a coup against a sitting president. All right, which takes you to 2020, which takes you to the law of war. We were occupied. We were under the occupation of a belligerent occupant for 4 years. The pause. When was Mike Johnson elected? 2022. He was, or 22, 23. It was right after the midterms in 2022. So I think when did they do that? Because first it was 2023. Because first we had gosh, I can't even remember his name. The one that they got rid of, Kevin McCarthy. So you had McCarthy.
You already forgot about McCarthy.
Yeah, you had Kevin McCarthy, right? And then you had Matt Gaetz in the bunch. They got rid of Kevin McCarthy and they elect Mike Johnson. Remember when Steve Scalise introduced Mike Johnson as like the 40 Oh, actually, hold on. I think
I have the clip, I think, on my computer here.
Here it goes. I got it right here. Bam. I got it saved. This is where he introduces Mike Johnson.
Privilege to introduce the 45th Speaker of the House, my dear friend, Mike Johnson.
The 45th Speaker of the House. He introduces him as the 45th Speaker of the House. No. Unless we're going all the way back to when they really bamboozled this country and turned us into a corporation, he would be the 45th Speaker of the House. So you got Mike Johnson saying, I'm a wartime speaker. Mm-hmm. And we all picked up on it. I know all of you in the chat, a lot of us in the Anon community, we picked up on that right away. And then you hear things Trump say that November 3rd, was it November 3rd or 5th?
No, I can't November remember. 5th was Liberation
2024
Day.
Was going to be Liberation Day. And everybody's like, what is he talking about? If you're a lefty watching the news and you think you're being fed the truth, you're like, this guy's crazy. What is he talking about? Liberation Day. We all knew what he meant because we were under a belligerent occupation for 4 years. And if you look at the law of war manual, it says that the belligerent occupant still has to follow the laws of the country. But if they can coerce the people into doing what they want, then which you got your vaccine, right? That's why how many times on this show we're like, you don't have to do what they're telling you to do. You're only going to do what they scare you into doing. They don't have the right to do any of this stuff to you because we're under a belligerent occupation. And now it all makes sense, right? Now you got the auto pen scandal. You're finding out that Joe Biden was never really the president, even though we all knew he wasn't. And then it was a group of people behind a curtain running the country that none of you elected. So now it's all starting to make sense, right? It's all coming out. And I love it.
Thank you, T. Mitchell. Appreciate you.
Remember when Trump, he was like, even though they're the ones that are really under investigation, right? During the 4-year pause, he was like, they're the ones really, because again, they were building all these cases up and collecting all this evidence, because is there anything to gain by letting your enemy walk through the front door? Absolutely. Everything. Space Force up there flying around with their drone, just collecting all kinds of data. Nothing's ever truly deleted. And again,
we have enemy ships in Sector 47. It's a trap.
I had to.
It's a trap. Yeah. Thank you, T. Mitchell. I think you said it right, but I didn't. Thank you so much. Yeah. It's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Beautiful.
Do you have any information on Maduro? Because you should email it to me.
I know. 50 mil, right? Is it, how much is the reward?
Mil. 50 mil for, it says for information relating to
information leading to the arrest of Maduro. And I'm like, what?
Just send him an email like, yeah, he's a bad dude.
Yeah, he's like, all I can tell you is
he's hiding out somewhere in Venezuela.
Yeah, and he was running over, his military was running over their own citizens with trucks and stuff like that. You remember that? Wasn't that a crazy scene back then, man? When their money was literally laying all over the street. I know we've talked about that time and time again here.
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
What? You don't think it's an accident too? That RFK Jr. is getting ready. Remember, the autism report is supposed to be coming out here very soon. And now you got RFK going to war over the mRNA vaccines. What do you think? I've always wondered what the event is going to be. Is, you know, when Q said that at some point it will not be safe for them to walk down the street. Part of me believes it's going to be it'll be a couple of things. The actual coup, like when these people fully realize they've been lied to, but I think a lot of it is going to have to do with COVID, with what was done during COVID, and the stabby, when people find out that they were coerced into doing something that was harmful. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I always wonder what that event would be that would kick off the it's not safe for them to walk down the street kind of thing.
I mean, it also could be one of those things where it's just kind of a little bit of everything.
Little bit. That's what I'm saying. I think it's going to be a multitude of things because, again, it's not what they did. It's the why they did it. And that's what's going to really blow people's minds. The why. The why is going to be it's going to be hard to swallow for a lot of people.
Did you see that AI or somebody dubbed over the RFK one? Dude, they had me fooled for about 30 seconds. It's obviously they make it pretty obvious. I was trying to find it. Man, where'd it go? Maybe because he thought it was the guy that had seen it on thought it was real, so he might have deleted it. Dang it, man.
Now,
I don't know.
There is I want to show this post. This is from yesterday. This is Brian Cates. And he makes a good point. He's reminding a lot of us. So if you look at this, with everything going on, I want you to think about this. So people who were in the room when former FBI Director Bob Mueller was supposedly interviewing for the vacant FBI director's job. Donald Trump, Robert Mueller, Jeff Sessions, Rod Rosenstein. How long was the fiction maintained that Mueller was there to interview for the FBI job? When did Trump himself come out and admit Mueller was there for something else? Enjoy the show. Remember, Q told us a long time ago that Mueller wasn't there to interview for the FBI job. And now all of a sudden, Mueller has to come testify. And the day after the subpoena drops, they're like, yeah, this dude's in amendment. Because I was like, watch him come out and say he's got dementia or something. Because we all remember what it looked like when he was up on Capitol Hill discussing his report. That dude looked like, you're like, clearly this guy wasn't running squat for the last 2 years because he couldn't remember anything. He's like, I do not recollect, or that was outside of my purview.
Do not recall.
I do not recall. He was can you show me what page? He's like, it's in your report, sir. And he's like, yeah. So what if, I've always had this theory that whole meeting, like, why do I feel like Rod Rosenstein is not the bad guy that we all think he is? I don't know. I could be wrong.
Gosh, what happened to him?
Right. Where's he been?
Dude,
where's
he
Jeff
just
Sessions been?
Off the face of the earth.
Right.
I mean, Jeff's going to be, he got subpoenaed too.
Right. But where have they been up until now?
Maybe exactly where they should be.
Exactly. So who's to say that, like, again, the war started a long time ago, man. And
Absolutely.
Q told us when the war started, when all this went down. If you listen to Dan Bongino, if you read his book, he told you when the war started. He even uses that terminology, that it all went down in 2017, right after Trump got in office. That's why you had Trump coming out. They spied on my campaign. They knew everything. What did Q tell you? They never thought she would lose, right? Yeah. The minute they did, he got in there. Trump had the whole playbook of what they did. They've always known what they did.
Well, I mean,
always known.
If you recall, I think they had the playbook long before that. I mean, you remember when Trump straight up came out and said that he was asked by these military generals to run. Right. Like it came out of his own mouth. I have that clip somewhere.
Because they came across the plan. You know, the plan that General Flynn keeps reiterating over and over again as of late. 8 years of Obama, 8 years of Hillary. Yet Admiral Mike Rogers go to Trump and say, hey, man, they're wiretapping Trump Tower. They got the whole place bugged. You might want to skedaddle down to Mar-a-Lago. You might want to bounce. Oh, don't go to the White House either because they got that one bugged too. And there's probably some devices in there that could cause you some harm. So I wouldn't go there right now. I remember when everybody was clowning Trump for moving his incoming, moving everything down to Mar-a-Lago. Remember the media had a field day with that. He's on vacation. He's golfing, blah, blah, blah.
He's golfing. Let him golf. Look what he's been doing.
Yeah, let him go.
Let him golf. I mean, you know what it's like to be immersed in something constantly, right? You have to break away. You have to get your mind on something else. Just to,
Oh, thank you. Somebody zapped it. Somebody's like, Bongino's bought and paid for. Show me proof, man. People say stuff. Show me proof. But somebody already deleted some. Good job, AC. Bongino's bought and paid for. Oh, because he's not doing things on your timetable, I guess.
It's just let the black pillars black pill.
You're right. Trump asked him to be the deputy director because he's bought and paid for. That's right. I forget. Flynn is deep state. Cash is the bad guy. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, good time.
Yeah. Here's that one video I was talking about. It's pretty good for
RFK. Is this the AI one?
Yeah, dude. I didn't know until he says something. Obviously, you're gonna know, but
words. Mark Wayne, thank you to Jim O'Neill, to Tom Josnek, to Marty McCary, and to Wendy as well. Thank you for that, for sharing your story. It's with a heavy heart that I'm announcing that the conspiracy theorists were right again. COVID mRNA vaccines caused a litany of injuries, including but not limited to turbo cancer, heart failure, extreme blood clotting, and perhaps gayness. That's the chicken and egg problem that we're still we're still investigating. The implications are substantial, and there's no easy way to say this. Anthony Fauci is a goblin. And if you weren't gay prior to taking the vaccine, there's a massive chance that your sudden desire to binge the Bravo channel and watch Tim Walz rallies isn't an accident.
It had me cracking up.
He had me going until the gayness, and I was like, okay, this is the gayness. No.
So funny. It was, it's so good. It really has you there for a second.
Remy, I'm with you, because one of mine too. Because they told her she couldn't go to college if she didn't get it, and I was like, well, then I guess you can stay home, because guess we'll do online school. I don't know. I don't tell you, but
oh man,
that's hilarious. But it is only a matter of time before that truth comes out too. I firmly believe. I firmly believe when all is said and done. And again, people, Operation Warp Speed. I know it pisses you off when Trump talks about it. I know. I get it. But I'm telling you right now, if you only knew what they had planned for us. Remember when COVID first started, when they put us all in lockdown? What were the first words out of Fauci's mouth? It's going to take 5 years to get a vaccine. We won't be out of the woods until we get a vaccine. Right? So Trump had to, if they would have been allowed to go through with their plan, number one, elections would have been done. Elections would have been, see ya. More people would have died from suicide, drug overdoses, and everything else. And I'm telling you right now, the vaccine that I firmly believe the one that Trump thought they were working on is not the one that they pushed on us. Because remember, you got to go back in the way back when Trump was talking about warp speed. Every single one of the politicians who told you that you had to take it after they stole the election were the same ones telling you not to take it because Trump was the one who was doing it. Yep. Biden, Kamala, all of them. I'm not taking it. I'm not taking the Trump vaccine. I'm not blah, blah, blah. And then like clockwork, 2 weeks after Trump loses the election, and I did put that in quotes because he didn't lose, they come out and the FDA is like, we got a vaccine, everybody. It's approved. Right? Boom. Next thing you know, Biden's the one forcing you to take it while Trump's out here going, I wouldn't have forced anybody to take it. It would have been up to you, blah, blah, blah. And then every time people booed him, what did Trump say? You're feeding right into their hands. Just like he told all these people they were feeding right into their hands with the whole Epstein stuff.
He's done it time and time again. And, I don't recall. Well, I do recall President Trump during the whole COVID stuff was giving a presser every single day.
Every day.
Every single day. And I don't know about you, but I remember him constantly saying, oh, what about hydroxychloroquine? Doesn't that work? Doesn't that work? And he would look over at Fauci. He would look over at Dr. Birx.
Yep.
Is that her name? Is that her name, right?
Birx with the stained teeth. Yeah, that lady. That creepy lady.
He was always dropping hydroxychloroquine. And then when he said, what about light?
The UV therapy.
The UV therapy. And everyone's like, oh, this guy thinks he's a doctor. And he's like, I'm not a doctor. But what about light? That seems to work, right? Like he was constantly just dropping these nuggets on people. And everyone was so focused on the vaccine. Why? Because I think a lot of people during COVID were in that breakout phase.
Experts.
Media.
Trust the
narrative.
experts. Trust the experts. Yeah.
Let's be honest. That's one of the biggest events in US history, in world history, that got people to question the media. COVID was a huge red pill for everybody.
Yeah, not just the media. They questioned the medical apparatus in as a whole.
Yeah. Had
I know
people
so many
understanding
people.
and people didn't know who Anthony Fauci was, and he put Anthony Fauci front and center every single day, and then people started realizing, oh, this dude was responsible for what happened during the AIDS thing.
Mhm.
And it constantly, man, I understand like why some people get upset, but it's almost like Monday quarterback. You're sitting there, you're armchair quarterback. You're watching the game, right? And you're like, why couldn't he make that play? It was right there. Well, you're seeing it from a different view. The player is not. Everything is different on the field. It may have looked easier to you, but it wasn't. What's happening behind the scenes? What are the plans? Last time I checked, none of us are in the military strategic planning boardrooms as the stuff is unfolding. And so everybody takes it for what they take everything just for what they see. But usually your eyes are deceiving you. There's always something else happening. And when I'm not saying God did it or, did the vaccine, but there's always a bigger play. And sometimes God allows things to happen.
Yeah. And people question it now more than ever. I know so many people like, I'm never getting another vaccine ever again. Like,
yeah.
To hear that come out of my own father's mouth, I'm like, whoa, Pops. I didn't expect that. Okay. Because a lot of our, I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of the older veteran population, they go to the doctor, they listen to whatever their doctor tells them to do. And they played on that. These people played on that, man. They played on our trust that if you got a lab coat and a stethoscope, then you're probably telling me the truth. And because of what we went through with COVID, now a lot more people are questioning everything. And that's what you should do. We should question everything. I'm not mad at people that question Trump when he says those things, but I'm telling you, there is a much deeper meaning to Operation Warp Speed. And what these evil people had planned, he countered with that. He countered it. He stopped them dead in their tracks because they were going to keep us in a perpetual lockdown for many, many, many years. Right. While they, quote unquote, were working on getting you a vaccine. I promise you, more people would have died from hunger, drug overdose, suicide, depression, a lot worse. All part of their plan. All part of their plan. And then those who managed to stay alive until then they would have unleashed this poison pill on us that they tried to force a lot of people to take. So with that said, I do have a funny story I want to share.
Okay.
So I told y'all last week my daughter got summoned for jury duty, and I made the comment, I'm 48 years old. I've never been summoned for jury duty. Ever. Yesterday, my wife, we're looking for a show to watch. We were bored. And we watched there's a show on Netflix called Jury Duty where the guys
funny show.
Right.
One of the funniest shows I've ever seen.
James Marsden, I like it. He's a good funny show. And we're watching that, and I'm like, I made the comment again to my wife. You go, here I am. I've never been summoned for jury duty. Ladies and gentlemen, guess what came in the mail today? You are hereby summoned to personally appear for jury service in the courts of Davidson County at the courthouse located at 110 West Center Street in Lexington, North Carolina. I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. 48 years. I've been bragging about the last couple weeks. Your boy got summoned for jury duty.
Landon's mommy said she was just summoned too. Doshel said last month she was summoned on the 4th. Jeepers, y'all be summoned.
Yeah. Like, what is up with that, man? Summons for jury duty.
You're unfit for jury duty. You're mega.
I'm gonna try what that guy tried in the show, jury duty. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna say it. Somebody will clip me saying it, and it'll be all over social media. Alphavets
I'll
is
say it.
racist. Blah blah.
So,
Yeah.
he's like, dude, Jury Duty is one of the funniest shows. Literally one of the funniest shows ever.
It really is. They did a great job too, man. Like,
Yeah.
the guy, and because my wife was like, do they not know there's cameras? I'm like, clearly they got it set up like documentary style. These people think they're in a documentary about jury duty, but it was it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, they pick out. Yeah, first time I ever voted Rockin' Stars was in the 2020 election. 2020 election was the first time I ever voted in my life. First time. Now, I would have voted for Trump in 2016, but I'll be honest with you. At that time, I was a newbie in a lot of this stuff. I was still of the mind that I couldn't believe that these were the two people that we were actually having to vote for president. I still hadn't had it all, completely marinate. I had just come across the Kim Clement prophecies, all that good stuff. So I didn't vote in 2016. I wanted Obama. I was on the Obama train in 2008. I remember celebrating with my wife at the time when he won. We were all happy about it until he got in there and started doing some things I didn't like. But yeah, first time I ever voted was 2020. But I have managed to vote for Trump twice now. I'd vote for him a third time. Voted in the midterms. Changed my party affiliation after the 2022 midterms.
I voted for Trump 3 times.
Yeah. Yeah. Registered independent after the midterms of 2022 because, well, we know they cheated in 2022 as well. We should have gotten a lot more seats than we did. We watched them cheat Kari Lake out of the governorship in Arizona. So I was like, I'm done with these Republicans, man. I'm being independent. So I'm hoping when I call the number the day before jury duty, you're supposed to call the day before. I am hoping they're like, we don't need you because we have a trip planned that week, and I'm gonna be really mad if I got to do jury duty and cancel it. But I will do my civic duty if I have to. I don't know.
Do what you gotta do, I guess.
I just thought that was funny. I was like, the odds that we were watching jury duty yesterday, and I was bragging again about never being summoned. And then my wife, I know she enjoyed sending me that text today. Guess what came in the mail today?
Yikes.
I'm like, you got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me, man. We have a couple of boxes.
Give away some food.
We got some food. We got some food, ladies and gentlemen. If you know somebody, if you need some food.
Before you say anything.
Yes.
Yeah, we've been picking boxes for people in the replay.
Yeah, nobody is.
And you guys, like, we have said, okay, email us. Like, somebody in the comments were like, email us. And they never email us. Like, I just don't get it.
I don't either.
You know?
So,
like, we tried it.
We tried.
Like, nobody in the replay has ever emailed us that we have picked. It's just I don't get it.
Bodie, I thought about that, or I should go. Somebody said when I go in there, but like, I am a firm believer in the death penalty. I'm like, okay, this guy's got to go.
I'm a firm believer in the death penalty.
I am a firm believer in the death penalty. I love the Constitution. Yeah, this guy's got to go. We don't need him here. We don't need him here. I don't know. I mean,
I don't know what else to do, Bodie. Like, it's my official account. It's the official Alphavets account replying to them.
And BBW Woodworks. Everybody knows who that is.
Yeah, like we both
Everybody
done
knows
it.
That's me.
I understand there's people like I just don't get the most recent one I seen. Alphavets backup channel commented on like everybody's post and was like,
oh,
it's like, dude, there ain't no backup channel. This is it.
Dosho.
This is it.
Dosho. Doshley. Doshley. I got you. Send us
Dosh was
her
getting some
information.
food.
No, she said she's got a family, a mom of 5 at her church. Yeah, send us that.
Are we
info.
giving away 2 right now?
Yes, yes.
Okay, what about P. Watson's?
P. Watson's. All right, there you go. There's the 2. P. Watson's. Boom, boom, boom.
So,
all right,
both of you
know the drill.
Doshel, I think it's I think that's how you say the name. Is that?
Yeah.
I'm not even sure. And Watson's, email us alphavetsmedia@gmail.com. Give us if you have any if they have any food allergies, don't want to send them anything that's it's gonna get them sick or anything like that. And obviously somewhere to send it to, and we'll get that stuff sent over to the donors. God bless the donors, by the way.
Yes. One of them's going to be a Moink box, and the other one's going to be, why do I always forget the name? One's a Moink
Ranchers.
box.
Good Ranchers.
Good Ranchers. Yeah, Good Ranchers. So both great. They're both great. Yeah.
It's pronounced Exley.
Oh.
Holy smokes. Was I off?
Sweet. I thought about that. They sent me a form. They did send me a form and that I could get out of it. So I might send it in like, I got a trip planned for that week. Just bump me to the next month. Hook a brother up. Yeah, because I'm gonna be upset because it's my anniversary. We're going to play. We're going to do some things.
Oh, and I will just throw this out there. If anybody here wants to give back to the community,
yes,
and wants to reach out to us, you can reach out to us as well. Now, obviously, I will constantly say never give if you don't feel led to. Never do anything out of compulsion. Never. You always, it's only if you're led to by the Holy Spirit. That is it. And if that is the case, you can reach us at alphavetsmedia@gmail.com. But other than that, you're good.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And keep an eye on XRP. Keep an eye on silver and gold. Something tells me we're getting ready to do some things. Oh, yeah. Anyway, y'all, we do love you very much. God bless all of you. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe. Situational awareness. Head on a swivel, all that good stuff. We'll be back here again on Monday.
Can you imagine if the military is deployed tomorrow?
Could be some crazy stuff. Crazy stuff.
Never mind. Never mind.
I'll enjoy it with the fam. Got a family reunion this weekend, so
me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
All right, y'all.
Yeah.
Have a great rest of the weekend, and we appreciate it very much. Jesus loves you.
Yes, he does.
More than you can imagine. Other than that, see you guys on the next one.
Holla.
Holla.